you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain.
Oh, who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Hey, y'all, come on in. You're here on a great day.
We are going under the sea today with Adopted Acres.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
We are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres on YouTube, why, come on in the live chat. Meet the Whiff Pack, a cool group of friends hanging out from all over the world. They'd love to meet you too. And for our mention today, y'all, when I first smelled Massacre of the Innocents by Declaration Grooming, it blew my skirt so far up. What a Marcus scent that was. And then I found out it's an homage to Parfums de Marly's Herod, Massacre of the Innocents. I probably should have made that connection. And the one from Dua is called King of Judea.
Here are the scent notes: pepperwood, cinnamon, tobacco, osmanthus, labdanum, incense, cedar, vetiver, vanilla, iso pear, patchouli, cypriol, and musk.
And y'all, if you do know that Herod personality that can't be defined by this list of scent notes, it's in here. It's a tiny bit more hidden. It's a little bit more sweet. It's a tiny bit more subdued. But I think it might be an even better balance. What do you think of this bad boy?
I think it's more like the warmer sides of the spices are coming through. When I smell Herod, some of the other ones, they were a little more bright in my face and they were a little louder voice. This one's a little calmer.
I love that the labels on most of these somehow denote fire, because this is one of the warmest scents. You said the right word. And what is our soap today? A little bit of a divergence from a Massacre of the Innocents idea.
It is an homage to SpongeBob SquarePants.
Well, let's meet it. All right, y'all, from the Adopted Acres page at Etsy.com.
Pineapple Under the Sea. Bright, playful, one-of-a-kind, just like Eli. Dive into a joyful burst of scent with Pineapple Under the Sea, a limited edition shaving soap inspired by Doug and Kara's son, Eli, our 15-year-old who has Down syndrome. Eli loves SpongeBob SquarePants, belly laughs, sound effects of his video games, chocolate donuts, cats, monster trucks, and a cereal piled high with Fruity Pebbles and marshmallows. This soap is a tribute to his favorite things, with a scent that's just as bold and fun as he is.
With scent notes of juicy pineapple, sea salt, wood smoke, charred cedar, fig, and brown sugar. Why you'll love it? It's artisan created with premium beef tallow from our Ohio farm for superior glide and cushion. It's fun, nostalgic, and a scent that turns every shave into an adventure. It's a whipped lather that stays slick and protective, whether you're shaving at sunrise or under the sea. And it's small batch made by heart by Adopted Acres and Company.
Meet the inspiration, Eli. Eli is one of our 6 adopted children. He has Down syndrome, an endless imagination, and a contagious laugh. He's one of the hearts behind Adopted Acres, and this soap celebrates everything that makes him beautifully unique. When you lather up with Pineapple Under the Sea, you're not just enjoying a great shave. You're helping support a family business dedicated to creating meaningful work for individuals with special needs.
Grab your 4-ounce tub while it lasts. This cheerful creation won't be around forever. And y'all, over the last couple of years, Doug Lane has become one of my better friends, and I'm a much better person for it, but we still bought this one, even though he offered to send it out for free. Let's open the box.
I really feel like we should have a snorkel on or something right now.
I know. Y'all, if you have never opened a package from Adopted Acres, you are in for a treat. Look at how it's packaged in this wet shaving world. It's from a farm, so we start with some cows. Look at that. And a note. Have a great day. Thank you. And this is the Adopted Acres logo. Look at this. I don't even want to open it up. Because y'all, on a farm, what do cows stand on? By grass. Look at the grass. That's how they do it. And y'all, sometimes I just like to look at my Adopted Acres labels. Are those fun or what? Look at that guy.
Look at little Eli.
And one of the best package splashes in all of the business. Look at this, y'all. That ain't going anywhere. Well, y'all, we have our carefully packaged by Eli cards and a squirrel named Sandy that does come in our window every day for peanuts. I think we are ready for our first impression. All right, I am going to have you go first. You take it in, see what you get. I want you to tell me about this pineapple under the sea. I am so excited after reading these scent
Yeah, there's a
notes.
lot more to it than I was
And a little
thinking.
bit of smoke. The Adopted Acres signature scent.
There's the pour so you can see. You can even tub load in this one. They leave you space for that.
Nothing wrong with that, Foxy. You got to the sea? You got pineapples? What are we looking at?
Oh, that's a fun whiff. Okay,
Yeah.
it is not just pineapple, y'all. There is some fun under the sea here. I
Nice.
think I remember reading a fig or something.
Right, yep.
And they're really good friends, pineapple and figs.
Ooh.
Like they should always be together. Something in here is working magically. I think there was also like a smoky something that I remembered reading. I don't get it as much here as I thought I would.
okay.
So the fruity sides are coming through, but I think you needed those charred and smoky deeper layers to make them actually be the bright fun side that I'm getting
Right.
from the fruit itself. It's
Nice.
almost creating like a purpley bluish floral for me. It's not a real thing, but how they're interacting and the cleaner sides that are happening, my brain was like, is this a floral? I don't think, but it's close.
Now, wait a minute. Are you getting pineapple? Is there
I
pineapple
am,
in there? Okay.
but it's not as sweet. Like the yellow isn't as bright in my face.
Right.
So it's for sure in there, but the other stuff around it are becoming like its own new identity for the pineapple.
Oh.
You know when you cut open a pineapple and it's almost so sweet you can taste it before you even put it in your mouth?
You can see the syrup running off the fruit itself.
This is just a little less sweet than that. It's still juicy,
Right.
but it's not like I just cut it open and it's in your face pineapple. But it does feel like I'm at a fun country fair and I have it on a skewer. Like there's adventure happening where I'm having this.
I love a grilled pineapple when I have a barbecue restaurant offers that.
I feel like it's that. I feel like it's a different. Like it's not just too sweet. Like something has happened to it. So maybe it's that. Maybe it's that. It's been cooked on the grill and the smoky cedar kind of charred portion is in there.
Famous Dave's will give you a pineapple spear. That's for sure.
There's almost like a caricature side that's coming through, like a kid's bubblicious bubble gum or something.
Nice.
Like they tap into it. Like it's just, there is a fun adventure, and it sounds like that's who Eli is. Like we should hang out with him.
Right.
He really enjoys Super Mario, so if you notice, we have our Super Mario
We
friends
cashed
as well.
in our Disney Infinity and we got out our amiibo collection for Eli. Oh, what are amiibo, you ask? This is a way that Nintendo has of getting you to pay for extra stuff your game should have done in the first place.
I think this really captures Eli's personality because I just almost hear the laughter and the fun and the adventure with this scent. I don't know how they captured it, but I feel like I am meeting Eli through this scent. Like I just feel like I want to hang out with him. I'm curious though, because I think if I hadn't read some of those other scent notes, I wouldn't know they were in there.
Oh.
But they have such a magical kind of fun, almost like going to Disneyland or the country fair. Like there's
Right.
just some sort of extra excitement.
Oh.
And I think that's coming through because of those little secret weapons that they added in on that scent note list. Are you ready to head on under the sea here?
Pineapple is one of my favorite things in the whole world. All right, taking this in, the shaking clam.
Yes?
Oh,
Right.
wow. Okay, this is not a pineapple my brain knows. My nose knows Aventus and all the things that the EDP people do with it. And then my nose knows Dole Whip.
Yes.
And those things on that side, an actual pineapple. We live here in California. This is kind of sitting right down the middle. It's got essences of the fruit itself, but it's got nooks and crannies of a fine perfumer's paintbrush that have gone in and smoothed out some edges and brought out some spices inside of that pineapple. Ooh, hold on. It is a combination of the fruit juice in a glass over ice and a bit of the florals that I smelled at the Dole Pineapple Factory in Hawaii when I visited. It's not just the heart of the pineapple fruit. There's lots of other things in the woods and the leaves and the flowers around, and that's the character of this. It's like the treble on your music has been turned up. That's what happened here. Just the lights, just the sweets have been given a little extra body in this balance. Ooh. Well, and what's fun, it's still a very natural pineapple, but those parts that have been turned up are the parts of the natural pineapple that the scratch and sniff stickers are mimicking. So this has a way of having a very adult Famous Dave's grilled pineapple delivered to your table and a fun kiddo scratch and sniff sticker pineapple version at the same time. Makes perfect sense to me.
There are no Krabby Patties in there, I must say.
Very few. Y'all, some of the smartest people I have ever heard who have written Broadway shows and are advising you on how to do the same offer 2 pieces of advice. Start with a big, amazing opening number and end with some sweetness. That's what this does. When this meets you, it is the full body of the pineapple being added to ever so slightly with those other set notes just to bring out the definition of the silhouette of the pineapple. That's where you're getting the smokes. That's where you're getting the other senses that are not as sweet. And then your nose dives down into the center of the whiff, which is the pineapple show with a hat and a cane, let's be honest. And then at the end, though, when it starts to go away, it ends with somehow a bit of a sentimental sweetness that is that look back to the scratch and sniff sticker. Mm-hmm. Even Doug Lane's Pineapple is a 3-act play.
Yep. There is a play for SpongeBob, isn't there?
You know,
right?
There is. It kind of turned Broadway on its butt about 10 years ago, and it was not written by one person. It was written by all kinds of different people, including Cyndi Lauper, including John Legend, and they all came together to contribute one song, and it turned out to be amazing, and it kind of went crazy. And then the guy playing SpongeBob, well, never mind. That's a whole other story. And I'm trying to figure out how to make this last point, except to say this. We live down the street from a Trader Joe's, and we live about 30 miles from Napa Valley, the best wine country on earth. When you taste the $5 chuck down at Trader Joe's, it's fine. It's wine. It's lovely. You can actually tell it's a Cabernet Sauvignon. $5. But when you go up to that winery and they sit you down and they pour a beautiful, carefully crafted red wine into your glass and you smell it and you sip it, the quality of that fruit literally blows your skirt up over your head. There's something about this pineapple in here. This ain't the Trader Joe's pineapple juice that you're going to get in the refrigerated section. This smells like the fruit that they are cutting into with the same knife they use to harvest it on the Dole plantation in Hawaii. There is something to be said for the quality of the pineapple oil that is the heart of this. And it's just about the best pineapple oil I have ever smelled in my life. It goes deep, it goes wide, it goes sweet, but it goes real.
Right. It almost approaches like a creaminess. It's not in there, but like it's either ice cold or it's been blended or juiced or something. Like there's just almost a creamy side.
So glad you're here. That's what it is. That's the extra bonus part of this. Is like, how did they make this?
I don't know if it's the cedar. There's something in there that's helping add like not lactonic, but just creamy somehow.
Well, he did leave us a map with some clues on it to find the treasure. Why don't we go back and look at the set notes? All right, y'all, back to the sales page for Adopted Acres at Etsy.com. We start with
juicy pineapple. Not just pineapple, but the juicy part is important.
And it's there, and I'm pretty sure I get the juicy pineapple right out of the box. Now, sea salt. Do you get the sea salt?
You know, that's adding a little bit more of that intriguing maturity side. Like, I think you're right. The juicy pineapple has been put on the grill with just a little seasoning in a fun way, because if you add sea salt in next to the wood smoke, that's part of the magic.
And it gives me a little bit of a sense of coolness. It gives me a little bit of a sense of an ocean breeze. Offset completely the opposite with the wood smoke. Do you get the wood smoke in the balance?
I do. It's not as vocal as like a saffron or anything like that. It just adds a little kind of fun texture.
This is probably the only soap I have not ever discussed with Mr. Lane. But is it an oak char in there?
I don't know. Next to it has charred cedar.
Right, there we go.
So maybe that has a little kind of thing happening.
I'm sensing an oak in here too. That's the level of care. I can get the cedar as an effervescence, as like a number 2 pencil kind of cedar, but I'm getting a different kind of smoke in here, and I think it's an oak.
See, and I was thinking that the charred cedar was adding the creaminess to it somehow. And then we've got fig, but that's right next to brown sugar, y'all.
Okay, how are these two coming into play?
I think this is where my brain keeps thinking there's a floral. There's not. But what we're perceiving as a floral, I think the magic has to do with the fig. The brown sugar just adds a gentle, like almost taming to the sweetness. Right. I don't know how that's possible, but instead of like a pineapple gets kind of a little more in your face, the brown sugar is kind of calming it down.
Well, that's why I like to eat raw sugar, brown sugar. It has the molasses in it, and molasses is not innately sweet. It's bitter. It pulls against the sweetness, and that's brilliant here, and it's working with the smoke.
I think it's time to build this lather, because I think these are all going to wake up a little bit more when we add water.
And for Eli to see one of Sarah's favorite shows to watch when she was little was Strawberry Shortcake. So this is her Strawberry Shortcake brush from Craig at Opus Brush. And let's see how this works. Oh, very soft.
Okay.
That's nice. Not like butter soft. Little extra work's being done here, but it's a soft soap. This is our no-nonsense lather bowl from HC&C. This is the one that Mr. Lane would prefer us to use when we were evaluating the different stages of his bases when he was developing them. That was a fun process. Oh! Sometimes things happen just by adding heat with my finger to the friction of the bowl. Are you getting the fig now?
Yeah, but okay, so weird, because to me, the pineapple got much louder here. I know the fig's in there, but the pineapple got louder.
That's beautiful.
It's a juicy pineapple, y'all.
Well, it's like almost blooming the soap when I heat it up by pushing down and melting the top layer a little bit with my finger.
I did used to work at Trader Joe's, and when you'd find the perfect pineapple, some of the managers would just want to take it off the floor and go cut it and serve it because it was so good. You're like, if you wait any longer, it's going to lose this prime sweetness, and it's really a thing.
And when we bought this beautiful brush from Craig at Opus Brush, he made us promise never to soak it. Just use it dry, right onto the soap. Send your complaints to Craig at Opus Brush.
So we take our dry bristles and go right to where the soap's at and start going one direction, get it onto those little bristles, and then stir on over to the other direction. And then once it feels like you're not really getting much on the bristles anymore, you take the brush and turn it 25%, go again. And I am smelling things happening here, y'all. Like, this is a real pineapple now.
Yep.
And once you got most of your soap onto the bristles here, you dive down and grab the water and bring that into the pot.
And then watch this, y'all. One of the great joys of this entire journey for me was getting those first few samples of Doug Lane's bases, trying them out, and then calling some of the brethren who I knew had also tried it and being like, oh my God, is this not an amazing base? They were like, yeah, you sure this is his first try? What? Now that is looking beautiful, my friend.
Kind of like frosting on a cake for Mr. Eli's birthday.
So, Eli, what's your favorite episode of SpongeBob? I like the one where Sandy hibernates. My name is Pat Back. And this is something you will only find here on the Barbershop Duet. This is the Bikini Bottom Whiff on 3, 1, 2. Right.
I'm glad we lathered that up.
A little cooler, a little more blended, and the scent notes coming together. Ooh.
I wouldn't turn up or down anything in this. Like, it's blended so well.
Now I'm getting the smoke, and the cool thing is, the rest of the scent is over here, and the smoke is kind of
just a little whisper
here. Right.
I'm actually so glad we have the splash because I'm curious to see how that part dries down later.
And y'all, look how this is just pushing back against this brush. This is a new consistency here in this bowl.
A few moments later.
I mean, I know we never talk about lather, but y'all, that's a Badger brush.
It's full.
And every once in a while, Doug Lane will FaceTime, and I know that he's shaving, so I get to learn a thing or two about a straight edge. And I love watching how this lather coats and covers his face. While we don't do shaving here in the Barbershop Duet, I just wanted to see how luxurious would this shave be, y'all?
Aren't you glad you get to shave tonight?
I'm going to go shave right now.
Gotta get my turn in here, too.
The driving lesson episode was pretty funny, too.
There's such a nice padded slickness for this one.
And you know what's funny? This stays exactly where you put it, but it's not sticky at all.
And you know, usually when you shave, this leaves a little slickness and kind of conditioning to your skin somehow. It doesn't just all disappear with the razor.
And as somebody who adores his Henson, I love that this never clogs it. Oh, Gary's over there. He says we have to take this a little bit deep. And Eli, we want to introduce you to somebody. This is Sandy. This is the little squirrel that comes in my window and sits at my desk with me while I edit this show, and she eats her peanuts. We named her after Sandy on SpongeBob. And y'all, it's time to unleash the splash. It comes with a spray top, but if you also want a more normal restrictor, it comes with that too. Woo! A little skin foodie goodness in there. All right, y'all, here we go.
Definitely got the dog. That's
okay. Oh, that's
okay.
Lovely.
The smoky, the charred part, just a little bit. But the fig and brown sugar finale, this is such a well-rounded soap. I just want to hang out with it a little longer.
And the best part is, the sweetness is being defined by the brown sugar and the fig. Pineapple can get too sweet too fast and almost turn floral and wreck everything you were trying to do with its own natural bass notes, but not here. I love that he put these next to a fig and went, let's not let the pineapple get any sweeter. It's perfect.
Do you smell actual pine?
Y'all, I have said this from the beginning of our show. Pineapple, to me, smells like pine and apple. Tell me I'm wrong. So the big question, you're getting pine, 100%.
Yeah.
Are you getting apple?
No, I think that turns into more of the pineapple portion.
I'm not wrong.
If it was a light ambery, less sweet apple, I could maybe see it.
There you go. Pine sap, for sure.
Right?
100%. I'm calling him
Yep.
right now. Y'all, in the splash, the pineapple is there, but it falls away. And everything else is there to just delight you, because you still get the echo of pineapple. But everything else is now here for you to sense in that splash.
And I have to say, in the dry down here, this is less just a summer vibe to me. Like, this isn't all year round pineapple somehow. I think because of the other stuff that they added in, where normally, if I think of more the Dole Whip side or other stuff, I feel like it has to be hot outside, it has to be summery. This could be even just like an evening chilling out at the barbecue or like a bonfire. Like, there's something fun in there, but it's not just summer.
And as sure as my butt is parted down the middle, there is a floral in this that is absolutely beautiful, because half of it smells like pineapple to start with.
Yep.
I'm getting the smoke. I'm getting the woods. Wow.
But the perfect ratio. Like,
Right.
if you hadn't read it, you would just know that there was some final, like, thumbprint added to this that makes it have that Adopted Acres little kiss at the end. It's there.
And here's why the other scent notes are perfect. Everybody's tried pineapple, and everybody has an idea of what that smells like. Disneyland, a lot of people are going to go to the Tiki Room. Pineapple sherbet. Growing up, a lot of people are going to go there. Certain soaps, certain shampoos are pineapple scented. Those other scent notes give you the ability to sense that pineapple in a new way. Because when you sense the rest, even though they're subtle, your nose goes, oh, this is going to be somewhere different. I need to reevaluate the pineapple. So I'm able to discover it in kind of a new way here.
I think this is probably one of the most crowd-pleasing pineapples we have had.
Yeah.
Because for some people where it gets too sweet, this is kind of keeping it a little tamed down somehow.
I'm going to say it.
No?
Could this be Aventus for children?
Oh. Or all-inclusive Aventus.
There you go.
Because I think the fig and the almost florally thing is making me vibe towards this a lot more than I thought, too.
And you know, whenever I am reminded to bring up the cleverness scale, it's because the soap is pretty clever. How are you perceiving this?
Okay, I think Kara and Doug are getting to a new stride with coming up with scents.
New
like
levels.
they are finding their lane, and the
100%.
cleverness on this. Don't think just because you see a pineapple on the front that you know what this is going to be, because it is not just that.
Even the slightly tart, almost sour part of the center pineapple core is in this. And it's pretty simple, y'all. All you have to do is be SpongeBob SquarePants trapped inside of Sandy's enclosure while she's hibernating. Well, it's going to get pretty cold in there, and the door lock is going to freeze shut. You've only got one option if you want to stay warm, and that's to make yourself a fine winter coat. Well, the only fur that you can see inside of this enclosure is on Sandy. Is that an electric razor over there? I think you and Patrick are going to get your own. So head over to etsy.com/shop/Adopted Acres Soap Co. to find this and all kinds of other cool stuff.
I am back from my shave with pineapple under the sea, and boy, was this lather wonderful, super padded, super protected, but the scent, my friends, is super fun. There's a different side to the pineapple that comes out with all the other scent notes in here, and it's one that I will enjoy using throughout the year. I know Marcus said earlier this is kind of like the kids' version of Aventus, but I also think it's kind of for us gals too. It's a more all-inclusive Aventus maybe. So thank you so much. Happy birthday, Eli, and I will gladly shave with this again soon.
Welcome to Messages.
So for our May giveaway, we wanted to give you a chance to get $20 to Phoenix Artisan Accoutrement.
Yeah, y'all, and all you have to do to be eligible for this giveaway is send us an email here to We Sent You at the Barbershop Duet so we can get back to you. It's the only way we communicate about our giveaways, and then check back here on our first June episode to see if you are our lucky winner.
Best of luck.
Well, we're excited around here in this barbershop because we are going to start up our In Conversation series live on Instagram again this coming Sunday with Phil Decker of Bricktown Grooming, and Doug Lane of Adopted Acres will be with us in the next few weeks. We hope to see you there over on Instagram. Those episodes will then be ported over here to YouTube in time.
Thank you so much to the Lane family for having these wonderful, amazing, adventurous little personality soaps that we get to spend time and get to know you and your family with each one that we open. I love knowing that this has just a little Eli little touch to it, that we get to hang out with him for a fun shift.
And Doug and Kara, my mama is adopted. I know how important that is. Thank you for being such an inspiration to us and many, and being such bright lights in a weary world.
Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching this.